How y'all doing? Hope everything is going well with you. Welcome to Stitch in Time. I'm Boysie, your host. Glad to be here. Glad you're here. I'm really hoping that your days have been going well since we last seen each other. I'm hoping that you're progressing with your treatment and communication, and hoping that the road ahead looks doable. That's all we need. One day at a time. Be doable. Be doable. One day at a time. Happiness, one day at a time. Lead into the book, of course, right? Chilled coffee with a hazelnut cream. Cheers. All right. And here in Houston, still getting thunderstorms off and on. And it's just still a great day. Still a beautiful day. Showers are nice too. You know, we need them. The old cliche, the old standard, if you're going to see some rainbows, you got to stand a little rain. You know, these are things that people say to get through a situation. They are communicating with you. It's people that have been through this, down this road, can say, look, I've been here before. It's not as bad as you think. You just think it's bad because you're in the middle of it. But we're all in the middle of something eventually, every now and then. And then we have to dig deep inside ourselves and say, do I stand or do I fall? Do I walk or do I crawl? It's what we do. Like a fighter would say, it's not that the fact that you got knocked down, it's the fact that you got back up. Life is like that. And that might seem like cliches. You have probably said that to other people in similar fashion, in ways, shapes, or forms, and they have said that to you. It's a common thing that humans say to each other, like, come on, let's carry on. It's like the old British saying, keep calm, and that's what it's always been intended for, and help us carry on. Today, June 28th, Two Hearts. It's kind of an interesting one. There's a quote here. When two people are at one in their innermost hearts, they shatter even the strength of iron or of bronze. And when two people understand each other in their innermost hearts, their words are sweet and strong, like the fragrance of orchards. It's a quote from the I Ching. Today, I will choose to speak from my heart. I will choose the words that really communicate and draw us closer. I will take time to listen and understand. Very important. And when I speak, I will show the other that I have understood and considered his or her point of view. That's the most important thing. We tend to just go right ahead and chat and talk, and are waiting to say something in response to somebody else. Waiting in response because we want to tell them something. And while we're waiting for our chance to tell them something, we are literally not listening to that other person. You know of people like this. They're in your family. They're in your circle of friends. They're sometimes you. You have to remember that it's important as communicating and reaching out to other people that you listen. Listen to what they are saying. Maybe the first few sentences of them just blowing off steam just because they're really feeling upset about something. Ask yourself what's upsetting them, what's concerning them. When you find out what it is, ask yourself, what can I do to help them? Sometimes just listening is the key. They just want to be able to tell somebody something. The reason why we go into treatment is we carry these bricks of resentment that brought us there. And at first, even like when I was in there, it wasn't like I was in there because I needed help. I was in there because other people have done things to me, and that's the reason why I'm here. Other people. Other people may have done something to you, but it's how you react and how you've done things to put yourself in a situation that's unpleasant. It's up to you to remove yourself from that situation. And by talking about things, it just removes one more brick, one more stone out of your way and your path, one more stick off your back that broke the camel's back. That's the whole thing. When you talk of things and speak of things and share with other people, you're actually letting out some of that stuff that's holding you back. Look at it like steam in a teapot. Little whistle sound. You've had enough. Your body is like a Coke bottle and someone dropped a Mentos in there. It's how you react. Also how you clean up afterwards. How you carry yourself. People look at these things. They look at things to make you, if you're not even planning on being a leader of your community or a leader of your group, and you just want to just be sober and just be just a quiet little person that works in the background, and that's wonderful too. Always know that your family's looking at you, friends are looking at you, neighbors are looking at you. We all look at each other to see how the other is doing. Yes, no, favorable. As we get into conversations with people, we may speak of degrees. You've improved 20%. No one looks at it that way. You don't look at people that way. If you say to someone you've improved 20%, you're still saying they're 80% of failure. People read that. People understand that. You can't talk out of your backside like you're a politician or a talking news person and then say, well, they shoot from the hip and they lean into controversy. Translation, they're talking out of their butt. The thing is that that's how people on the street react. We are all Roman emperors. I'll give you an example. Most of us have Netflix. They ask you to review the movie you just saw, right? That's what we do. How was the restaurant last night? How was the service? How was the food? You recommend me not going there, right? We can elaborate on things, but that's pretty much the gist of it. We, thumbs up, thumbs down. We are Roman emperors. And we move on to the next category. Does that person live? Yes. That person? No. We do it among our family members. We do it among coworkers. We do it among strangers all the time. It's just an inner thing that we do. And when you really look at it, that's what you need to remove when you're talking to someone and then listening to them. Because you don't want to have your response ready. I'm ready. I got something for you. I'm behind you all the way. As soon as you're done talking, I got something great for you. Or maybe I don't. I haven't decided yet. I'm just waiting for those words to stop coming out of your mouth so I can go ahead and give you my info. The words that will enlighten you. Empathy, that's what you need to have with other people. You need to understand, walk a mile in their shoes, if you will. Understand where they're coming from. Don't look at them and don't stamp something on them right away. Those people are lazy. What? Yeah, drug addicts are lazy. They don't want to do anything. Drunks, they're just, you can't trust them. You can't trust them ever. Even when they're sober, you can't trust them. But you drink? Yeah, but not to the excess. I saw you throw up at a wedding. It was a wedding. But you can't trust people that are drunks. What about you can't trust people that drink? Oh, let's not get carried away. And that's what someone would say who's busy out there judging. I don't choose to judge, but I haven't drank in 30 years. And I was a fall-down drunk, so am I to be trusted? Yes. My track record indicates that I should be trusted. That's the whole thing. You can't just assign something to somebody. You can't stamp it on their head and say, they're done, reject, loss, loser. when you go into Amazon and you're looking for a camera, and you find one that's refurbished, and you buy it because it's not as expensive as a new one, and it tends to work just as well as the other one. That's what we are. We are refurbished souls. We are refurbished people. We are refurbishing ourselves from our past in which we damaged ourselves, either the case or the inside or the lens in which we see the world. A lot of things have been damaged. Thunder. A lot of things have been damaged. And we are refurbishing ourselves. That's the key. And it's good to get feedback from other people. It's good if you're a person that can give someone feedback. Just make sure you're listening. That's the whole thing. When you're in a community and you're with people that are in the same situation as you, and you hear other stories that are similar, or even stories that aren't, but the similar thread is the embarrassment and the addiction that led them to do something absolutely asinine. And you say to yourself, my God, I've been there. I've done something even stupider. Oh my Lord, this person's sharing. This is incredible. When my turn comes, I'm going to share something as well. And you will feel better because you removed one brick. Taken one more brick down from your wall. You've taken one more straw off your camelback. You're coming back. You're refurbishing yourself. Listening to others is very, very important. Their words and your words together become bond, become strength. That is what you need to rely on. That's where truth reveals the fact that you can trust someone. That's really all it amounts to while you're trying to pick the pieces up. It's hard to get back up once you've hit the ground. And trust me, as I gotten older, even when I fall, it's harder to get back up, literally, physically. Metaphorically, yes. Mentally, anguish. That's the whole thing. We are going to fall. We are going to talk to people who have fallen on harder times than us, or maybe we've fallen on harder times than they have. And we can be of some sort of assistance and some sort of guidance. That is what it's all about. Listening to other people. Take the time to listen. The stories are incredible. The stories are fantastic. These are stories that you can actually learn from yourself. That's the key to it all. I hope that you take the time out and talk to somebody. And the thing about two hearts, you're communicating with that person, letting them know you actually listened. You actually took it in. You're actually responding. Not some comment that you had saved. You're responding to what was just shared. That means the world to another person. It'll mean the world to you as well. Because you will learn that you have empathy, you have sympathy. You can really be someone in this community that can help other people out. That's what it's all about. That's the part of the truth and the community. Make sure you're doing all you can to keep yourself engaged and active with other people. Everyone you get a chance to meet, everyone that you get a chance to speak to, look at it like this is a minor miracle. Something fantastic can come from this. And something will. I appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate you following us, coming along, fireside chats like we have right here with our book, One Day at a Time. In the future, we're gonna have some guests on, and we're gonna talk about their addictions, and there'll be longer episodes, or I guess maybe they'll cut them up and keep them in 15 minutes. I don't know. I don't make those decisions. But I do hope that you follow. I do hope that you comment like you have been. Get engaged. Make sure you're part of our community, part of the path we're taking. And there's not just one way. There's many other paths you can take. As long as you're going in the correct direction, that's the key. That's the key. It's like going out west. Doesn't matter if you're following my path exactly. Take a little advice from me and veer off my path. But as long as you're going west and you're heading towards the sunset and you're moving out there and you're going in that direction, you're doing well. You're progressing. You're leaving things behind, but you're also making sure you don't ignore them, and you're also making sure that you identify, react to those things, share those things, and relieve some of that burden so you have less to carry as you progress. That's also key. That'll help reduce your frustration. You're wanting to give up sometimes. And that's where frustration comes in. That's where the shadow of darkness and doubt comes over you. And no matter how sunny it is, you can hear the thunder going on out there. All it takes is a thundercloud to come on over and everything is dark again. And everything is frightening and everything is noisy and there's lightning and there's rain and there's a chance of flood. You just can't drive. You got to stay in one spot. You can't progress. This is frightening. You got to stay in one spot. Like my cat Kirby, because he just ran and heard the thunder. He hides under a chair. Until everything gets better, or where he perceives it as being back to normal, he emerges from underneath the chair. Then he progresses with his life. Cats, dogs, people, we all want to progress. We all want to communicate with each other and others. It's just a simple thing. It's a universal thing. So please listen to others, communicate with them, listen to what they have to say, and share something based on the fact that you listen to them. That's a rough exercise. Trust me, it's taken me a long time to get used to that. So anyway, this is Boysie and Stitch in Time. I appreciate the fact that you stopped in. Peace and love. Peace and love.